How are we going to fix the audio a little bit? As said, if you record it with good microphone, then you don't need to undergo so many adjustments. But in our case, maybe because we had it with the laptop mic, you see it's still working, but of course the quality is not super. And for this, we go into our Fairlight module. Once the Fairlight panel is open, you see our two audio tracks here. And if I just play it once, color which I like to, so let's take that one. So you hear the sound quality is pretty bad, which was recorded from my laptop microphone. Lots of background noise and. So the first thing I normally try to fix is the audio level. So by right-clicking on any track, I can normalize the audio level. But you see now, only this cut clip here is selected, so I would only correct that one. So instead of doing this, I'm gonna click Command A. So everything is selected. Right-hand click and then normalize audio levels. Leave it at your default settings here, relative, and I have -8. Normalize, and something has happened here in the background. So I can zoom in a little bit on the track. So you see now the peak levels are different. If I play it back now, it's white, it's not fully white. You also see the RGB values underneath. So you already hear something has happened and the audio sounds a bit better. But further to enhance that, what I normally do is here on your audio track A1, corresponds to the audio 1 here. I can add an effect by clicking the plus and going to implement the de-esser. So the panel is opening here. I just play it back that you hear it. So I drag and let go my mouse button as soon as I sampled my color, which I like to. So let's take that one. So you hear already some improvement in the S's at the end of my sentences. So here I normally click the male ESS. So it's a preset, which actually works pretty well to me. But I'm gonna click here the range to sharp. And then just listen again. It's not fully white, you also see the RGB values underneath. And to me it already sounds a lot better. But one thing here is, don't go always for the values what's indicated here, but you need to listen in, and once you're happy, leave it at the settings you are. So I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to add a compressor. So on the dynamics, Fairlight, I have here a multiband compressor. And all these settings always look a little bit daunting. But the principle is, just listen, change some values here. And if you're happy, most of the time the default settings are already quite good. So I just play it back. Fully white, you also see the RGB values underneath. And it's getting better and better. So I'm not going to change anything here at the moment. So I close it down. So now, because the microphone actually was quite bad, you hear it, we have a lot of background noise here. Mouse button as soon as I sampled my color. We try to minimize it. We cannot fully get rid of it, because that's not possible in this way, but let's see how much we can reduce it. For this, we're going to add another effect. Under noise reduction, you see here noise reduction. So the plugin here is opened. And I just would try out first the auto speech mode by clicking here. And now let's see. I go my mouse button as soon as I sample my color, which I like to. And you already hear it's quite an improvement of the background noise. Always here, switch it off. My mouse button as soon as I sample. Switch it on. My color, which I like. Or you can have the plugin learn the background noise. So you go to a portion where you only have background noise, like here. So to do it, you go here to manual, click here learn, and now you start the playback. And as soon as we reach another portion here, we can stop it again. Important is that there is no voice inside this track. So I click play. And stop again. And you see the learn button automatically is switched off. And let's see how it was improved. And as soon as I sample my color, which I like to, so let's take that. I would say this is quite an improvement what we had before. As said, we cannot get rid of the entire background noise here in this case, but I would say it's sufficient. Of course, you also can play around with the threshold attack, whether it's better or not. So I sampled my color, which I like to, so let's take that one. And click it, and here we have it. Okay, so I would say that's it for this part. And close it. And the last thing which we can actually add is maybe an equalizer here. A normal, simple equalizer. Here I'm always going to select band 1 and band 6. And our low frequencies normally start at around 80. So I'm gonna drag it here, so everything below actually will be cut off. And if I just play it back again, you see the RGB values underneath. So I drag, and you can play around. Let go my mouse button as soon as I sampled my color, which I like to. So let's take that one. So here you just also need to play around. Try always to find the worst point where your voice is suddenly sounding a little bit strange, and then correct it from that point on. And just as an example, play it back here again. Fully white, you also see the RGB values underneath. So I drag and let go my mouse button as soon as I sampled my color, which I like to. So let's take that one. And here I would say it sounds about okay to me. So we can close it. And in my projects normally I add more, or of course I listen a little bit more careful to my voice, how it sounds, and adjust it. And also depending on your microphone, it's always the same settings at the end, or you even can copy paste it to other audio tracks. For this part I would say that's enough. Now another thing, you see here this long portion where I don't say anything. Maybe I wanted to add something. So what you can do is a voiceover. So how we do this in DaVinci, actually it's not that hard. This part here I want to get rid of. So I delete it out. And I want to fill it again with my own text. So for this, normally I'm going to add another audio track. Let's keep it mono. And from here, I want to fill it with something else. So for this now, you see here we have the new audio track Audio 2 underneath, where you can press the record button here. But you see, nothing is happening now, because we need to tell DaVinci from what source do we want to record from. And this is, in my case, my microphone. So you need to go here to the audio track 2, which this column has now been added, and go to input here, click it, click the input, and now we need to tell we want to have the source, and this is my external microphone, attached to the audio 2. And so you can patch it, and it tells you here those two are now linked, so you can close it down. And now if I click that one, you see, aha, now we are ready. And you also see here, this is my external microphone. So, but no worries yet, we're not recording at the moment. So what you need to do is here on top, you have the record button. As soon as I click that one, then my voice will be recorded. So hello, this is my voiceover, and this is just a test to fill in the gap. And now you see, my voice here has been implemented. So once you're happy, deselect it here, and let's see whether we hear something. So hello, this is my voiceover, and this is just a test. Perfect. So lovely. Of course, what you need to do to this audio track as well is your adjustments. Normalize your audio level, for example, and you see it's dramatically improved. Maybe now it's even too loud. And here we have it. So, hello, this is my voice. It's not too bad. So what I can do is, because I did some settings here on top, right-hand click, copy attributes, select the audio track 2, right-hand click, paste attributes, track attributes, volume, dynamics, everything, apply. And you see everything from here was copied over here. And this is just a test to fill in. Much better. And you already noticed that because I was using now my external microphone, there is absolutely no background noise. And now I would say this is enough for the audio correction. Let's go back to the cut menu. You see here your audio track, which you just did, and including your video track. So basically, maybe you now finished with your video. So what could we do? Of course, you can export it already. And you would go here to the Deliver tab. And at the beginning it looks a little bit daunting, but believe me, it's not so complicated, because the thing you need to concentrate on is on top here, where do you want to publish it to? For example, the YouTube. And give it a file name. Whatever you like, the location where you want to save it, and the rest already is set. Can go back to custom, for example, and maybe only export it as a 720p, or in our case, we're gonna keep the high definition. So if you're happy with your settings, add to render queue. It asks you where you want to save it. I want to save it also to the desktop. Save it. And now it's already here. And you could click here, start render. It goes through your whole video, you see here. And now your file is written. Okay, and once finished, the video actually is saved where we set to. onto our desktop at the moment. So here on our desktop we have this video, our cut video. So what's next? Of course we can publish it like that, or we can add a little intro and just a small outro, and then I would say you're ready to publish your video.